Todd Grimshaw made a stand against Theo Silverton earlier this week in Coronation Street, but the abuser managed to manipulate his way back into the fold in tonight's episode. Theo left Todd terrified when he lashed out at him on Monday, throwing vile insults his way before force-feeding him kebab meat. After the horrifying incident, Todd stood his ground and refused to acknowledge Theo's messages, until Billy Mayhew convinced him to hear him out. However, when Theo refused to take responsibility for what he had done, Todd ordered him out. In tonight's episode, Theo continued to try and win back Todd's favor by bringing him sweet treats that had been squashed on the way. Still angry, Todd refused to listen to his excuses and walked out on him. At the cafe a while later, Theo got chatting to Billy and admitted that he was about to go and see a therapist, though he asked the vicar not to tell Todd. However, it didn't take long for Todd to get the truth out of Billy, and it appeared that he was touched by the effort Theo had gone to try and take accountability for what he'd done. Unfortunately, it quickly became clear that Theo didn't end up going through with his appointment, instead heading to the pub with Gary Windus. He explained to Gary that although he had every intention of going, once he got to the tram stop he realized that he didn't want to open up to a stranger. He pointed out that once he started opening up, he probably wouldn't be able to stop, and that all he'd talk about would be Noah, a subject he is keen to put behind him. Instead, the two men decided to head into town, before Theo later returned to the Rovers and bumped into Todd and Billy. As Billy made himself scarce, Todd confessed that he knew Theo had been to therapy, leading the scaffolder to curse Billy for letting it slip. However, when Todd admitted that he was impressed that Theo had opted to get help, Theo saw an opportunity to get back in his good books, and kept up the appearance that he had gone to the appointment. As Todd revealed how proud he was of him, Theo upped the manipulation tactics by pointing out that he had sacrificed everything, including his family, to be with Todd, and now he was attending therapy for their relationship too. He went on to apologize for his behavior earlier in the week, only for Todd to also take some of the blame, apologizing for what he considered his own part in the incident. Once they arrived home, Theo kept up the lie as Todd asked about his next appointment and continued to praise him. When George Shuttleworth arrived home and caught them kissing, he noted that they had clearly fixed things and was pleased to see that their relationship was back on track. With Theo lying about therapy, how long will it be before he shows his true colors once more?